Italia le mta upu I leo e to fa ona I leo lava muli mau. Fa mavai atu le malo I sui o le fima I le mai ai o ngā luenga fsosoani ya Amerika Samoa. Ma ua mana tua toa o Samoa I se sauninga I le whanua maliu I Arlington, DC. O te whaatalo whātu se whaapopongo tala me lau Kvzktv. I mua atu o tālia nei le taimi e tūla I ai ilu mo le whaamasinonga mo le taimi mua leo e toa whā lea e au fiai ma le kapiteni mo lianga o le whaau lima. Ona I leo lava mo li mau e tūsai o se saunuanga a le sui komisina o leo ia Terry le tuli o se au te lenga le nei o le reporting.
O le mata upo e peo na moli ai ni ali I leo se toa wha e au fia I ma le kapiteni e toa tasi e mafua mai I se whalavelave na tula I mai le maketi whangatongo I le taimi na sai mai ai le uatangi I le mata upo I se ripoti mai le ofisa o leo o lo ta ua I e whaapea o se whaese ase inga I le vao le na wha o lima ai leo malana wotene. Ua mafua ai ona o le neita mai ta I le ofisa o leo e ripoti ai le mata upu. O le uatangi e whaapea ua whaasuava ma o le musu o lana teine e ave ai le taavale e alua I lana whiau. Na mafua ai ona tula I mai le nei whaalavelave ai peitai I le ripoti e pe ona tuuina mai o lo ta ua I e whaapea na saili ma maua atu e leo le uatangi le maketi whangatongo ma e tusai ma le ripoti au whatara noa na mafuanga o le asai ai o ia e ai leo e toa lua, ai tau lua tu loa malesi leo, ua molia nei foi, tu I le uatangi, ma pa ui lalo. I le taimina pa uaile nei ali I lalo, ua mai a ona loka ona lima, handcuff, ma o ina sale I mawhai ai ona taliane I le wha o lima. Ta ua foi le ripoti, e masalomia na toe tu I foi le leo lava le nei e tasi, le uatangi I le taimia o pa ui lalo, le ana mafuai ona masalomia ona manuanga, o le taimina whaatala noa le nei mata upu I le ofisa o leo. I le tala noanga lau Kvzktv ma le sue komisina o leo ia Terry le tuli na ia ta uai. O le mata upu le nei ua I lima nei o le ofisa o leo ma ua iai le fuafuanga e ona tula I leo nei I ua molia. I se taimi o le vai aso fou, pe a whai e lava moli mau I le nei mata upu.
O le kakarikani ia leo linga nga soila ko usai kia. Mo lako le meka le initial appearance ma le PX le lava yang I mo mawe ave lunga faingi lako case le trial.
So no fo I le tuli o li leo nei sa tu ina tuai tu si sai mai le ofisa o lo ia sili ma o lea ua toe tatala nei tua I le mai ai o le taimina tau fia ai.
So lako usai kia. Alala wa post lako peo. Ela ko I kua le skala nga mai ile serving o mo sanga leo dia.
Na sauno fo I le tuli e ono wha malolo nei ali I leo ai wha lango I lungo I unga ale wha masinonga o le kapiteni leo ua molia nei I moli anga o le saini se o pepa moni mau e ala I awala tau wha se wha asori tu la fono lea e ono wha le pui ai I le fitu tau sanga ma le sala tupe e lima afe. O isi ali I leo e toa tolu. Ua molia nei I molianga wata ua o le responsibility of another, wha o lima I le taimi mua. E se fulu lima te silua se fulu afe, ma le lua lima ia tupe e a ona tutongi, e taali ai le taimi e tula I ai nei ali I leo I luma o le whaamasinonga.
O le ale ngano le alofa ma le anga le leo sui o le fima ia Amerika Samoa I le taimi o ana tau mawhainga mo le tau fo I o le whaamai o le COVID-19 maleiva. O si saunanga lea le awhionga le lutena kovana ia tala uenga I le asalo va ale. I le taimi o le whaama vaenga ma le vaenga muli o le fima le o le atu ua le atu nui le awhiafi nei mo Honolulu. I le mai a I le tele o masina na whesoswani ai ia Amerika Samoa. O si au te lenga le nei o le reporti.
O le langona o le nganga whaptai sa whaalongoina le tai au nei ile taimina whaamawai atua ile malo ile tamaita i o Alison Fendler masui o le fima le ana malanga mai le atunu o fesosoani a Amerika Samoa ia nanga luenga le Kvzktv ile saunoanga le lutena kovana na te ia manatua le lei le taimina whatua alia e le Kvzktv Maleiva masaya ile langona o le le mautonu ai peitai ina ua taunu umai le fima o ina na mawai se whaamama a venga i tau mawhainga Amerika Samoa mo le fo i o le whaamai. I le whaafetai le lutena kovana na ia tā ua i foi, le mafutanga wāwalalata le fima masui an matanga luenga o soifua maloloina, le maotanga singase, whaapea i maisi ofisa o le malo, e peo le vaenga le Homeland Security. Sau noata la wenga, o le anganga whaafetai foi lea le afionga i le kovana sili. I le mai aia le sau noanga le lutena kovana, ona soso o lea ma le tufutufaina o tusi pasi, ua mai ale lato tautua i Amerika Samoa, whaapea i mamea lofa, o mea tau lima mo le au malanga. O le tamaita i fōmai a Dr. Elizabeth Lauvao, na whai masui o le whātonu i a motu sātu i le amanua, whāpele matanga luenga le soifua maloloina, e whawhetai ai sui o le fima, na saunua Lauvao, o le awai o le fima mai le amatanga le whamai, na mawai le langona whawhetai, ai maise, o whaamautu mai le leo ngā luenga sa whaia, ma o le o whaia pea e Amerika Samoa, e tali atua i le Kvzktv Maleiva, ma o le anganga o le whawhetai e le uma, pe a fuafua le taimina whatua amatai o na tapuni le atunuu, o na o tapo le Kvzktv, ma sa tufa fo i mea lofa, mai le matanga luenga mo le au malanga. A fionga le mauputasi i a maunga tasi a suenga, na saunoa i momoli fo ila na langona whawhetai i le au malanga, ma whai e loa le sofa matai o moli o le awa o le tamaitai o Alison Fendler, o le vaenga whai o le sauninga na saunoa i loa moli o le awa ila na saunoanga wha Samoa. Whawhetai le au malanga le malo Amerika Samoa o na o le nei whaaloalo. O le pō nei, lea o le atu uai le au malanga Amerika Samoa mo Honolulu, ma o le awhaawa wina pea o na ngalulu le fima ma Amerika Samoa i le lumanai.
O le toi mamau na toi amata leo le Port Kalame le whanau le tau mawhanawhana, le Summer Youth Employment Program, le e taita ia na matanga luenga e vai te ngāta whainga luenga le malo. O le Port Kalame o le nei tausanga, ua fuafua e amata i le aso luas fulfito le masina nei, ma e awhe lau whai o le whanau. Ono o le whaamai o le Kvzktv Maleiva, o le asu iai le tausanga tāpulaa, i le whanau e anga vai le Port Kalame i le se fuluvalu, ai muta i le luas fufa tausanga le matutua, o se te lenga le nei o le reporting. Ua whainei le matanga luenga e vai te ngāta whinga luenga o le malo ni suinga i le Port Kalame o le tau mawhanawhana po le SYEP mo whanau se fulvan tausanga nga i lunga e whaamuta le lua se fulfa. O le nei Port Kalame o le awa sino iai le whanau o le anga lulue matanga luenga ese le malo ma company ese le to mai whainga luenga a o ngā lulue i aso taitasi i le whai tu laiva i aso uma. O nisio ngā yoinga o le awa taunu ina i to tonu ngā luenga o le anga lulue i le whanau o le a o au ina i le whaitau maisi to mai ese ma e fua lava i le ngaluenga o le angalue i le tamaititi. O le Port Kalame nei o le a fufua e a matalia i le masina nei i a iuni i le aso lua se fulfitu a e whaamuta i a au kuso i lo naso se fuluiva lua afe lua se fululua o le tausaka nei. O le fuafuanga lea ua iai le Port Kalame e lua se fulu i tula e maua i le vai aso mai lava i le aso gafua se i o i le aso wharaile. O le aso tu'unga mau na se mawai atu nei le aso ngafua. Na mawai 411 no ai nga uma i DC e o atuai. I le whanua maliu i Arlington e tu inatu ni teu fungala au. E mana tuai ni si o tō o Samoa. Wa lango mau i ti asai le vai ngole malo tele. Talu na whaamana waina ngā luenga au tau tuai le malo. O le nei wha moe whai e tau sanga taitasi. Lea e o mai whaatasi ai a inga mawhanau. E usu pese mamana tuai pe lenga wano nofo vala ono le maliu maleoti. O siau te lenga le nei o le reporti.
O nisi o tō Samoa o lātou nei wa lātou tautua i vaenga au ese le malo. Lea ua lango mau nei i le vaenga le nei o le whanua tanu tele i Arlington National Cemetery. Ma o le masania a inga o whanau o mai mamai o na whaatastasi i le aso le nei tausanga uma e momoli o lātou alofa e le ngata i teo matango fie mo o lātou tunga mau. Ai pe o na mori mauina o nisi o whanau. Po o e tupunga mai nei tua o Samoa wa lātou lauina ni tala o tistu singa e whatatau ia lātou toa o Samoa.
Called home November 19, 2010. Home of record, Pango Pango, American Samoa, Branch of Service, United States Army. SSG Mulangi Gandhi was from American Samoa and has earned the title Toa o Samoa, Hero of Samoa of American Samoa. SSG Gandhi lived with his family in Wisconsin. He graduated in 1991 from Marist High School and was a member of the Good Shepherd Lutheran Church in Tomo, Wisconsin. He entered the active army in 1993 and re-enlisted in the reserves for 6 years on March 17, 2003.
O le langono vi inga o le atua e whafo i ali whaftai le atua o na e ui ua to e sea nei toa o le atunuu. Ai o lo o tu mau pēa le nganga whaftai e mana tua ai lo lato tau tua toto ma le loto nuu a wale sa olotonga ua tātou ai nei.
O le vile moni au lala i tātou o i tātou o Yesu o le loto na fio Yesu i le langi ai tua e nei lano langi ma le polo inga ia o tau whea no whani ia la upele o Yesu e ia la upele o Yesu e ia la upele o Yesu e o lo walofa ua e se whawhetai tele o Yesu e o Yesu e ia la upele o Yesu e o lo walofa ua e se whawhetai tele. Hey!
O se vaenga le sauninga e laulauina ta itasi ai suanga o toa le atunu ua maliliu. Lea au fia ai George Teo Martin, Jacopo Jake Boyer, Eric Eliki Scanlon, Tosa Tulanga Tuliau, Lo Lenny Grandi, Joaquino Nico Falaniko, Jonathan Yakimo Falaniko, George J. Howell, ma Pepe Fa'auriuli tō Tuliau. O le sauninga le nei e whai ei tausanga ta itasi, ma o nisi o a inga, o whanau, ma e umana tupunga mai i atoa o le atunuu, o le aso le nei e tāua tele, e manatua le tautua a nei toa manu o Samoa.
Mo le sila firma manu le atunuu. O iai nei se polo kalame fau alau KVCK wa tā ua le manuo. O le nei polo kalame o se vaenga o tala fau. Ma e awi nātu yaso ngafua a so lulu maso whareile. Iwa yaso taitasi. Ai lei awi nātu tātou tala fau i afi taitasi. O le nei polo kalame awi nātu wai uma whaasiri silanga le malo o whamunianga o aso soifua o whaasiri silanga mai ipisinisi tū maoti e ka le sia manu umafio anga. Whamunianga o whauunga mai si lava vaenga e fia whailoa i le atunuu. E mawhai fo ion awi nātu wai sa afifianga o maliu ma so o se vaenga tāwaloa. O se avanoa le lei nei, mo pisinisi ma le atunuu lau tele, e awi nātu wai whaasiri silanga i lau KVCK. Mo nisi o whaamtalanga whaafsutai mai lau KVCK le ono tolu lua o fitu, pe emaili mai lau whaasalalaunga i le kvckpsa@gmail.com. I tala mai pia e amatatu le masina nei ona si ile tau o le kiso ma le pensini Samoa tutu tasi e tolsui va tala ma le iva sene e sili atu e totonge tangata faita vale mo pensini ai ono su valu tala fitu su tasi sene e sili atu mo le kiso o le tau le lita e tasi o le pensini sa tolu tala tolsu fa sene ai o si nei i le tolu tala fitu su fa sene ai o le kiso sa tolu tala tolsu sene le o si nei i le tolu tala iva su valu sene i le lita e tasi. O le kalsini ua ono sulu lima tala valu su tasi sene mai lava i le lua tala valu su fitu sene i le tolu tala lima su tolu sene i le lita. I se saunoanga le minista o tupe ia mulipola ana rosa ale mulio o e whaapea. O le taua i le vao Lucia ma Ukraine, lea ua afia umai le atulanga i le CEI o le tau o le penisini, kiso ma le kalasini, ma ua le ai lava se atunu ue le o tula i mai ai le atulanga. Ma o tala muli o tala mai le Pasifika, ua folfola le minista o le vai fafo au se talia ia Penny Wong, le tau tinonga au se talia e whaiani ngā yo inga malosi le tau, ina ua mai e ona whailoa i ma le palemi o Samoa ia pia, o le asiasi ai o Wong i Samoa, o le ato ai le i o le lua atunu o le Pasifika ua i Asia, talu mai le taimina whaatau toi nai, o ia e avea ma minista o le vai fafo au se talia i nai vai aso o mawai. I se saunoanga le tamaita i minista ia Wong, o le whainga malo fōua au se talia na filifilia ma le whaatonunga ina ia whaiani swinga o le tau ma o loo malamalama i le taua o lea mata upu mo Samoa ma tunu umo le Pasifika. Whaalia le palemi o Samoa ia fie mena mi mata afa o le swinga o le tau o si tūlanga mawalunga lea e ave iai e le malo o Samoa ma au se talia le whaamumua. Au si mailoa lau mai moa i se whainga le tau mo Amerika Samoa.
Whafonga mai loi tala nei o tau mo Amerika Samoa. Poana nei e matele i nā waoa i ta episode timu ma lue varu sfulu sa vini mai saute i se sa e o i le sfulu mai la litu la. Aso wharai le o i le aso lua e matele i nā waoa i ta uru timunga ve vela o e varu ono ma lue o e fitu fitu sa vini angi lau tasi o i le sfulu mai la litu la. Ma o tala na o tau mo Amerika Samoa.
O le whaiunga nao tala mai lau KVCK di nei vai ngola fiafi, manu ia tele whai ngā malolongo le nea fiafi, tō whāseifua. More evidence is needed before case goes to trial. The American Samoa government farewells FEMA and our federal partners. And families comes together to remember our fallen heroes, our toa Samoa. Talofa, you're watching KVCK News. Thanks for joining us. The 4 police officers arrested this week on assault charges will appear in court as early as next week on charges of assault. Deputy Commissioner Terry Lituli told KVCK News the captain and 3 other officers of the force will make their initial appearance as soon as there is enough evidence to prosecute the case. Here is more.
Out of bail to await their initial appearance before the district court, the 4 police officers are charged with assault, criminal fraud, offering a false instrument for filling, along with 1 count of misconduct in administration of justice and false report. Speaking to KVCK News this morning, Deputy Commissioner of Police Terry Letuli said the officers are accused of beating the victim, who allegedly attempted to strange his girlfriend on the night of May 8th last year.
Yes, 4 police officers were served with the arrest warrant from the court, and they have been taken into custody and waiting for the post of bail. So they're waiting the posting of their bail to be released.
Reports from the police say the girlfriend filed a complaint against her boyfriend, the victim, at the station in Whangatongo. Afterwards, the two officers went to look for the victim. They found the victim at Whangatongo Market, where he was arrested. According to the report, while the two officers were arresting the victim, another officer, who is believed to be the girlfriend of the victim, arrived in a different police truck and immediately punched the victim in the area of his mouth, causing him to fall to the ground and lose consciousness. The victim's hands were handcuffed behind his back at the time of the assault. The other officers who were present when the assault took place are also alleged to have had a role in the beating or hiding facts about the incident. Asked what will happen to the officers, Deputy Letuli said,
They will not be suspended or terminated. That has to be at a later date if they're found guilty.
Police captain is charged with forgery, criminal fraud, and offering a false instrument for filling, all Class C felonies punishable by a term of imprisonment of up to 7 years, a fine of up to $5,000. The other officers are each charged with responsibility of another, assault in the first degree, a Class B felony, punishable by a term of imprisonment from 5 to 15 years, 1 count of criminal fraud, and offering a false instrument for filling.
We will remember your kindness, your hard work, and especially all your hard work in helping American Samoa fight COVID, and we can't thank you enough. These were the words of Lieutenant Governor Talawengele Salova during the ceremony to farewell representatives of FEMA leaving tonight after spending months in the territory working alongside their local counterparts in our fight against COVID-19. Here is more.
All good things must come to an end. At the ceremony to farewell representatives of FEMA today, Lieutenant Governor Talawengele Salova said the people of American Samoa will always remember the assistance provided by FEMA during what has been a difficult time for the territory when the first cases of COVID were discovered in the community.
I remember when we were just starting and we got our first COVID case. We were all nervous. We didn't quite know what to do. And we were running around trying to figure out, and we didn't think it would ever end. We thought this is just going to be with us forever. And a few days after, Allison and the team arrived, and they were like, this is what's going to happen. You're going to go really bad for a while, then it's going to be done, and then you're back to normal. And we didn't believe her. We thought, no, this is the worst thing ever. We're going to have to shut down and do all these serious things. And Allison and her team really just said, no, you don't have to completely shut everything down. You can learn to live with this thing. And that was probably the most important thing for me as a leader and for our team, our healthcare workers and our operational team, was to know that, yeah, this is going to be really bad for a while, but it's going to be over.
Lieutenant Governor Talawengele said it has been fun working with our FEMA and all our partners, and the month of working closely together gave the government, especially the task force, comfort because American Samoa is so far removed from the mainland and Hawaii, and sometimes it feels like we are all on our own. However, it takes something like a COVID to reassure ourselves that we are part of a big American family.
Help us out. So on behalf of Governor Limanu and the people of American Samoa, I stand here before you and to express our sincere thank you and our gratefulness for your sacrifice, for coming down here and help us. Your assistance and your participation here in American Samoa has made all the difference. And today, American Samoa is moving back to doing normal activities. Now I'm double and triple booked for the same time slot, and it's a sign of good things. A sign that life has moved on, things are getting back to normal. But I could not attend this event today because this will be a our last farewell like this. We've done these for team members that came and left, but this is important. This is special because it is the last group of folks that will be leaving here. We will be on our own again, but not completely, because I know that Allison and her team and our federal partners will continue to help us.
After the Lieutenant Governor's speech, certificates of their work in the territory were given out to each member of the team, followed by the presentations of traditional melofa. Dr. Elizabeth Laval, who represented the Department of Health, said DOH has learned a lot about what to do in case of another surge, thanks to the hard work and diligent work by Ellison and her team, as well as our federal partners. Laval said because of the positive exchanges and sharing of information, DOH is comfortable to take over the mission.
Allison, you know, when you first arrived here with the first team, we were fortunate and we were glad that we were told that the Department of Public Health is on the way of what to do for the community transmission. So we were happy that we were on the right track, but we just need more support and push and improve our services to the community. So after the first team, the second team came back, we did more improvements, we pushed out more services, and we managed to treat more people and test more people during the community transmission. With this last group coming in, we see our numbers coming down, but yet still you are out there to push the vaccination and also our tests to treat at our testing sites.
Paramount Chief Maunga also spoke to thank the team and bestowed a title of Molioliava to Ellison as a token of appreciation for everything she and her team had done for American Samoa.
As we say in Samoa, our words are not enough. Truly. In fact, we say this, it's not so much as the material things, it's what's inside the heart. And believe me, what's inside the heart, it lives forever. Amen? And we'll always remember you. We pray that you safe back home to your family and love them. It's very dear to us, what you sacrificed, that you came down here to take care of the people of American Samoa in the leadership of the governor and the lieutenant governor, and all these doctors and all these departments. You were able to put things together and helped us in more ways than we could ever, pay you for.
Speaking about her experience, Allison Fendler says it has been such a great time working with DOH and the Office of TCO, TEMCO, as well as the government.
What was amazing is that it's not often like this when you're able to augment and just sort of seamlessly walk into an operation and support in the background. Sometimes, you might see folks being separated and not really integrated, but here we were welcomed and brought in and seamlessly integrated into the operation and into the community.
According to Ellison, FEMA will continue to assist American Samoa.
We are continuously supporting all of the territories and states and tribal nations with COVID-19. So what that looks like is when it's a downtime and there's not a huge surge, we're still ready and able. We're monitoring the situation. We're communicating with the government, so we'll be communicating with specifically TEMCO primarily, but also DOH through HHS. And we're going to be monitoring things like how much of the therapies do you all have and vaccines, and do you need more supplies? Or, we're starting to see a spike. Do you need assistance, right? And so it's just as it's an ongoing incident and as COVID's not going to be going away anytime soon, we are always poised to come and assist with any kind of surge.
A final Samoa siva from the Afionga Molioliava to honor her title. The team includes representatives of FEMA, United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Department of Health and Human Services, and other federal partners. Thank you, Ellison and your team, and we wish you a safe journey.
Don't forget about us. we won't forget about you either.
The Summer Youth Employment Program is set to begin on the 27th of this month, and due to COVID-19, the age eligible is now 18 to 24, according to the Department of Human Resources. Here is more on this report. The Department of Human Resources is already taking registrations for the Summer Youth Employment Program. The program introduces young people to their first job experience as they work 4 hours a day, Monday to Friday, in government offices and companies. The SYEP is designed to prepare youth for entry into the labor force and to provide job training to those disadvantaged, individuals facing barriers to employment. In memorandum from the Deputy Director of HR, Max Tuitele, says as the Department of Human Resources draws near to implementing the Summer Youth Employment Program, or SYEP, for this year, our Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act WIOA division is looking for quality and productive work sites for our SYEP participants. The SYEP will begin June 27, 2022 and ends in August 19, 2022 this year for a duration of 8 weeks. The participants will be placed at the work sites for 4 hours a day, 20 hours a week from Monday to Friday. Other activities will include job readiness training, career development, social skills, and occupational skills training, which will be provided in conjunction with employment. Our high school senior students aged 18 to 24 are eligible. Youths will be assessed and placed in various work sites and classroom component opportunities that will link academic and occupational learning for career exploration in the future. Families of our fallen heroes to Samoa have gathered at the Arlington National Cemetery on Monday to lay wreaths at the graves of Samoan soldiers. The annual event brings together children, grandchildren, and relatives of our fallen heroes to sing songs to remember their loved ones. Here is more.
Every year on Memorial Day, families, children, grandchildren, and friends of our Toa Samoa gather at the Arlington National Cemetery to lay wreaths, sing songs, and read stories to their loved ones who served their country well during various wars.
Called home, November 19, 2010. Home on record, Pangu Pangu, American Samoa, Branch of Service, United States Army. SSG Gandhi was from American Samoa and has earned the title Toa o Samoa, Hero of Samoa of American Samoa. SSG Gandhi lived with his family in Wisconsin. He graduated in 1991 from Marist High School and was a member of the Good Shepherd Lutheran Church in Tomo, Wisconsin. He entered the active army in 1993 and re-enlisted in the reserves for 6 years on March 17, 2003.
Losing a loved one is always hard, and every year on Memorial Day brings these families from all parts of DC, as well as those who may have moved outside of the state, to honor their Toa Samoa. On the day, the names of our Toa Samoa were read out. They are George Teo Martin, Jacopo Jake Poyer, Eric Eliki Scanlon, Tusa Tulanga Tuliao, Doleni Grandi, Joaquino Nico Falanico, Jonathan Yakimo Falanico, George J. Howell, Mapepe Fauliulito Tuliao.
Ole vilemoni, aulala itatou, o itatou o Yesu alegotou. Afio Yesu ilelangi, kaitua enei lano langi vale polo inga, ia o sofea no fani, ia la upele o Yesu, ia la upele o Yesu, ia la upele o Yesu.
Honoring our heroes the Samoan way brings families together and something the children and future generation of our Toa Samoa will always remember.
KVCK News is pleased to inform our viewers that we have a new community program that is aired every Monday, Wednesday and Friday each week in the evening before the news. The manual program will air public notices, villages, church and business announcements. The idea is to inform members of the community of some of the events happening or going to happen in the territory. Manwo will also air congratulatory messages for weddings, graduations, birthday greetings, and other special events and funeral notices. Feel free to contact KVCK News on 633-2007 or email kvckpsa@gmail.com for more information. Motorists are paying $39.09 more for petrol and $68.71 more for diesel with new price increases now effective for June. For petrol, prices increase from $3.34 to $3.74 a litre, and diesel from $3.30 to $3.98 a litre. Kerosene also goes up by 65.81 cents from $2.87 to $3.53 a litre. The Minister of Finance, Mulipula Rosa Mulyo, said the impact of the Russia and Ukraine war has resulted in further significant global increases in crude oil and product prices as concerns growing regarding the continuity of crude oil supply. This is an external shock that no country is immune to the impact these increases are having on their economies, and this includes the Pacific, said the minister. To the Pacific now, Australia's Foreign Minister has pledged Australia's commitment to taking stronger action on climate after meeting with Samoa's Prime Minister in Apia. Penny Wong's stop in Samoa is the second Pacific country she has visited after Fiji since being sworn in less than 2 weeks ago. She said the new Australian government was elected with a mandate to be committed to climate change, and it understands how important the issue is to Samoa and all Pacific nations. We want to make a uniquely Australian contribution to the Pacific family, and most importantly, I want to be very clear that we are deeply committed to taking stronger action on climate, said Mrs. Wong. Samoa's Prime Minister Fiamena Wimata'afa said climate change is a high priority for both Samoa and Australia's governments. Fiamena said Samoa, and no doubt the Pacific region, is very pleased with the new Australian government's policy shift on climate change. It's time now to have a look at the weather report for American Samoa.
American Samoa, here's your weather. Tonight, mostly cloudy, scattered showers, lows around 80, southeast winds up to 10 miles per hour. Friday through Tuesday, mostly cloudy, numerous showers, highs in the upper 80s, lows in the upper 70s, variable winds up to 10 miles per hour. And that's your weather.
And that concludes your local and Pacific news from KVCK News. Have a pleasant evening. Good night.